Welcome back everybody to a Arkham Horror the card game Innsmouth Conspiracy playthrough. Embarrassing enough, I filmed this video last week and footage got lost, so I had to try and do it again, which is a pain because I had a really great game. It was really fun and really intense, but I'm happy to play it again. So let's read the introduction text and get into the game. So this is the Devil Reef, the second Mythos pack for the Innsmouth Conspiracy expansion. So the intro one reads: "The rumbling of the boat's engine startles you from your thoughts. You're right there?" Ship's captain growls. "Like you've seen a ghost. Pale as a sheet you are." You turn and face a grizzled old man. Mr. Moore was the only ship captain you could find in Innsmouth who was unafflicted by whatever curse or deformity that gripped most of the town. His apparent humanity, however, has done nothing to square his broken teeth, crooked jaw, or the massive scar torn on his right cheek. Still, he's a welcome sight, considering the way the rest of the investigation has gone. "I can't believe you want to head to that cursed Devil's Reef," he exclaims, shaking his head. "It's a fool's errand." He points out that the sailor was happy enough to provide passage after you showed him his payment, earning a raspy chuckle out of him. "You got me there," he admits. "Now get ready, we set off in 10. He stumbles on the main deck, into the bridge to chart a course and prepare for the journey ahead. Check the campaign log. Mission was successful, intro 2. If it failed, intro 3. Well, mission was successful, so it's intro 2. So intro 2 reads: Agent Dawson boards a ship at last. He sports a heavy overcoat and carries a shotgun stood over his shoulder. Agent Harper had a cache with some extra firepower, he explains. "I figured, given the rumours, it couldn't hurt." You know what rumours Dawson refers to. Devil's Reef is supposedly haunted, or perhaps infested with some manner of devilish sea creature. The sailors of Innsmouth speak of silhouettes crawling in and out of caves on the reef's many islands, of strange misshapen fins sighted on the surface of the sea, and of entire boats crashing against the jagged rocks and vanishing beneath the waves. All of our research led to this. Whatever's going on in this town, the Estoric Order of Dagon, and this Devil's Reef at the heart of it. Agent Harper suspects these rumours are spread by the Order to keep sails away from the reef. If that's true, this is something the Order is hiding. You ask where Harper is, and Dawson shoots you a hard glance. She has a mission, we have ours. You remind Dawson that you've already accomplished the mission you prepared for, which yields a smirk from the hardened vet. True, and yet here you are. He has a point. You could have left right after Harper was rescued, but you stayed to assist the investigation. Perhaps out of a sense of duty, or perhaps curiosity. Wherever it was, you're here now. There's no going back. So, this is the game board. Okay, so straight away, the most standout thing you're going to see here is a vehicle card. These are new assets for this expansion. Each vehicle has different effects. So this one here, that's the vehicle. When you're in this vehicle, shoot location as it were unflooded, and then as an action, I can move to a connecting ocean location. So initially, we can't move to many locations, but we can use the vessel to move to locations, uncover them. This will then spawn other locations, similar to the very first scenario we played in the depths. We have a set-aside tidal tunnels deck and fireable depths deck. When the locations are revealed, we can put more locations around it, climb off the boat and investigate further. You can get in and out the boat as a free action, but only once per turn. So we're going to spend our time going back and forth to locations in the boat, exploring the location, then going back in the boat, going to somewhere else. Let's read the act deck. So we start off with Thomas Dawson in our opening hand. I'll just put him there. So he's our ally. If you can see here, he gives us +1 willpower, +1 attack. After an enemy attacks the investigator at a location, even if that attack was cancelled, exhaust Thomas Dawson, the investigator draws 1 card. Which is going to be good. I'm using Trish Scarborough. I'm really liking her deck. She's a great rogue character. The act reads: Reef of Mysteries. Somewhere in these cursed reefs, the Estoric Order of Dagon is hiding something big. But what? So, keys can only be claimed from Yath Nethli locations using the triggered ability on the locations. Objective: find and claim as many of the following keys as you can from the locations: purple, white, and black. If you control all 3 of these, advance. So we've got to find keys again. Now, remember from keys, usually when one location is free of clues, you can then take the key as part of that free action. And the agenda, we have Secrets of the Sea Volume 2, because of how we play the game, reads: The sailors along the docks of Innsmouth eye you with suspicion as you depart. The lighthouse beacon at the top of the nearby cliffside provides your own illumination as you head deeper into the fog. There's additional cost for you to move from one ocean location to another while not in a vehicle. You must spend 2 actions. So I suppose so you don't have to use a vehicle, I suppose, but it is going to be helpful to get around faster. And a force response: when your turn begins, if you're at a fully flooded location, you struggle for air, When your turn ends, if you do not enter an unflooded location, partial location, or a vehicle during your turn, take 5 direct damage. So you've got to be careful of the floods, they're going to really hurt us. So we're going to draw starting cards and begin the game. Okay, so we'll just put a card on there to indicate we start off in the vessel. So the location here is fully flooded. So 1, 2, 3, oh, off on the floor, 4 and 5. Okay, so we have this to open in hand. So put that there. We have a segment of Onyx, which has Myriad, which means you get 3 in the deck. Fast keyword, and basically you need to play 3 of these. When you have 3, you trigger the bonded pendant of the Queen card, come into play, has so many charges, and does really cool effects. I really hope I can get the pendant of the Queen out in this game. I haven't got her out yet, so we'll keep our fingers crossed and pray we get that next. 25 automatic is a good little pistol, fast, use 4 ammunition. Plenty of ammo and fight. If the enemy is exhausted though, you get +2 to your attack and deal 1 damage. So in command of the rogue, evading enemies and dealing damage is going to be really good for us. Lone Wolf is really good when you're playing solo because when your turn begins, if there are no investigators at your location, get on resource. And when playing solo, that's going to be every single turn, so it's going to get us loads and loads of resources. And the upgraded magnifying glass, so it's like the magnifying glass, but it costs 0, fast keyword, plus intellect on investigating, which is going to be great. And if you really want to, if no clues at your location, you turn it to your hand. So it would be helpful in case certain cards don't discard assets, you can get it back into your hand. And lastly, if you watched my previous video, I played Water Out of Gods. My reward was one of the Cloak of the Outer Realms. It uses 4 charges as an item of clothing. When a non-elite enemy would engage you, and the charge exhausts that enemy instead. So combine that with the pistol and even Thomas Dawson, it's going to be really great. So we're going to have a really good starting hand here. I'm really excited for this. So let's get to it. So I don't know when I'm going to go first. Let's go to the bottom left down here, more space. So we're going to use the vehicle to move to a flooded location. So Devil Reef location down here. Flip it over. So we have the Salt Marshes. Kind of reminds me of the marshes from Lord of the Rings, the Dead Marshes, or the where Gollum takes Frodo and Sam. So if you control the purple key as an action, we can look at the revealed set side of any tile tunnels or unfathomable depths locations in play. After you reveal Salt Marshes, increase its flood level, put 1 random set aside tunnel into play adjacent to Salt Marshes. Put it to the left there, adjacent to it. There we go. Then we are going to, as our free action, let's see. So we're going to get off the boat, and that's our free action. Second action, we're going to move to this location, reveal it. So Bootlegger's Hideaway. After it's revealed, choose one of the set aside face down keys and place it on Bootlegger's Hideaway without looking at it. Okay, so we're going to place the set aside key onto this. It's got a strap value of 4 with 1 clue. Also as an action, if I control the white key, I can draw 3 cards. So I think what we're going to do is, we've got a couple of cards with fast here, so obviously fast means it doesn't cost an action to play. So we're going to play, obviously we're going to play Magnifying Glass because it's such a great card, it goes extra into that when investigating. That's a fast keyword. We're also going to play, we'll play segment of Onyx, also the fast keyword. And we're also going to play the Lone Wolf card because we get out early, we'll get some resources. So we're going to wait there for now with the Lone Wolf. So that's our 3 actions gone. So that's the action investigator phase, no enemies, upkeep phase, draw a card. Hey, segment Onyx, 1 more to go. Gain a resource. Mythos phase, do the agenda. A counter card reveal time. Stowaway. So if you're investigator in a vehicle, it gains Surge. Otherwise, yep, so it gains Surge. Dragged under. Put dragged under into play in your threat area. If you're in a vehicle, leave it. You cannot enter vehicles. Test 3 strength or 3 agility. If you succeed, it's card dragged under. So back in our vehicle, we're going to have to get rid of dragged under. Okay? Wasn't too bad. So our turn begins. Gain a resource. Thank you, Lone Wolf. I'm going to test that right now to get rid of that dragged under card. So we're going to test 4 with our character. 1. Number of keys to control. Control no keys. That's 0. So that's good. That's that gone out the way. So we're going to. First of all, I'm going to play 7 of Onyx. I want that down. I won't get Pen at the Queen out. That's another 1 down. Fast keyword didn't count for anything. We're also going to use our last main resources to play Thomas Dawson down to give us extra willpower and combat, just in case we need it. So we've one action, another action, last action we're going to investigate. So we've got Estoric for this. So we've got 5 against a value of 4. What's that? Yep, -1, that's good. Okay, so we've got the clue. That's 1 clue. We need the clues to get the keys. So after we got the clue, we get a key, and the face down reveal is a red key. So remember it, we have the red key. And that's our turn over. So you get after this turn, next turn starts, we get back in the boat, back to here, explore somewhere else. So upkeep phase, draw a card, working a hunch. This is really good combined with Trish Scarborough's ability. So fast, play during your turn, discover a clue. We can play this, instantly get a clue, instantly evade an enemy, which is going to be really good. We can now gain a resource. Do one on the agenda. So agenda's got a value of 9. This is Aquatic Ambush. Plus Aquatic Ambush into play against the agenda deck. When you reveal a Chaos token while stacking an enemy at a flooded location, reveal an additional Chaos token. At the end of the round, let's got 1 copy of Aquatic Ambush on play. So essentially, this is pretty useless now, but we have enemies. It's getting pretty annoying. So it goes there. That's the agenda deck. Our turn begins. Thanks to Lone Wolf, we get another resource. I think I'm okay for that. We're going to travel back to the adjacent location. Again, the boat is a free action. Move to a connecting ocean location. We'll just move over to here. Move back to here. And then we'll move down to here as well. So we are down at Wave-worn Island. So we've moved, and moved. If you reveal Wave-worn Island, increases flood level. Okay, so that means we get the partially flooded level there. Portal 1 random set aside unfathomable depths and 2 random set aside tiles on locations, each adjacent to Wave-worn Island, but not to another. So this means is we get extra locations adjacent to this location. So we need 1 unfathomable depths and set aside tiles on all locations. So unfathomable depths there. Locations there. Get a bit messy here. There we go. I'll turn over it. So draw a card. Flashlights. Always handy. Classic core set card. Doing the agenda. No enemies yet, so we're doing okay. Encounter card. Riptide. If your location is unflooded, you gain Surge. Otherwise, test Agility. 3 or 4 fully flooded. If you fail, score 1 asset. If you can't, lose 1 resource, which point you failed by. So we've got a test 3. We've got a nice value of 4. We should be okay for this. Ooh, 0, that's fine. Didn't fail, that's all good. Okay, on to our turn. So we're going to get off the boat. We're going to go to the Fathomable Depths location. Flip it over. Allocation is revealed, increases flood level. Put the set aside purple key on it. So first of all, we're going to increase the flood level to partially flooded. Set aside purple key on this. Also, we need a clue on this. And then, if investigates the location, you control both the red key and the blue key. Spend 2 clues as a group to control the purple key and read flashback 9 in the campaign guide. So I can't get the purple key until I spend 2 clues and have both the red and blue. I've looked at the red key, so I need to find the blue key. Okay, so we've moved there. We're going to move back to here, move down to here. Tidal pool. It's +1 shower partially flooded and +2 showers fully flooded. After it's revealed, randomly choose one of the set aside face-down keys and place it on the tidal pool without looking at it. Okay, so we get the green key and a clue. I might as well, while I'm here, get the key and the clue. So this is our last action now. So we only need a shower value of 3. We've already got 4. We should be okay. The other sign is +2 investigation. May choose any other location. Investigating location instead. I'm going to use her ability and investigate if I was down here instead, because that's got a higher shroud value, and that'll do for me. So I'll take the key from there. So the clue from there. There we go. Okay, I will go over. So draw a card. Mind over matter. That's going to be good. Getting a resource, doing the agenda, and encounter card time is Deep 1, Bull. Okay, so after it engages you, discard a card from your hand. After enemy defeats another D1 enemy on a location, ready Deep Bull, move to one start location, and okay, so you gotta be careful as enemy, because if we kill anything else, you're gonna follow us. Okay, so this is our threat area. So we're gonna do this. How are we gonna handle this? Oh, start of the turn, we're gonna resource. Okay. It's got 4 attack. I've only got my Agent Thomas Dawson 3 attack. Evading will be ideal because it only has a evade value of 2 and no hunter. Oh, it's got a card from my hand, sorry, so I'm going to discard. I'll have to play. Might never matter. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to use a fast keyword and play Working a Hunch to instantly gain a clue at the location. Once we gain a clue, we get to either discover an initial clue or classically evade an enemy. Okay, we're going to evade this enemy for free. Then we're going to run away. So we've done the fast keyword, so we're safe. So back up here and then over to here. Cannot be fully flooded. After it's revealed, increases flood level, so that has partially flooded. With 2 clues. Let's put that on there. So 1, 2. We're just going to let's see. Let's play Cloak of the Outer. Realm for some defense against the enemies. Comes with 4 charges too. So we're going to put that next to our cloak. Turns over. Enemy phases first. Can't attack. Ready's up. So he's down there next to Tidal Pool. Should have gained the green key. Sorry, my bad. So I've got the green key because I got the clue there. My bad. I'm going to go draw a card. Blade of Arkat. This is from the War of the Outer Gods. This is a great little weapon. You basically exhaust each spend a resource to place 1 resource on Blade of Arkat from the token pool. When you fight, you get +1 for each resource on Blade of Arkat, and then not only that, if you succeed, move up to 3 resources on Blade of Arkat and deal that much additional damage to the attacked enemy. Which is going to be really, really good, especially with our Learned Warfare combines really well. So we also get a resource, doing the agenda, encounter card. Malfunction. Attached needs vehicle story asset. Ability to attach asset can be triggered. Test 3 intellect if you succeed, discard malfunction. So my boat is breaking down. That sucks. Okay, so we are going to leave them clues. I'm going to run back over to here, jump in the vehicle. I need the blue key for that. We're going to test the intellect of 3. Should be okay for this. Come on. -2. Oh no, we failed. We failed. We're going to have to test again. Come on. Come on, fix the boat. -1. That's better. That's better. Okay, that's gone. So he moved, tested twice. That's how I go over, I think. Okay, so he doesn't move, he stays there, draw a card. Hey, 7 Onyx! Pendant of the Queen! Get Pendant of the Queen, finally! Finally, I get Pendant of the Queen, I was so excited. Do the agenda, encounter card. Dragged under, put into play in your threat area. If you're in a vehicle, leave it. Okay, so we can't enter vehicles. And then test, same again, agility or strength to succeed. Wasting turns testing all these, but when you get in the vehicle. Well, I don't need to, but it's just faster. Okay, so I'm going to test agility against this. So I can get past it. -1, thank God for that. That's that gone. Get back in the vehicle. Back up to here. So test, that's 1, 2, lastly 3. Move to here. So this reads Hidden Cove. To reveal Hidden Cove, 1 set aside tile tunnel location to play adjacent to Hidden Cove, then put 1 set aside and foulable depth into play adjacent to that tidal tunnel. Okay, so we'll put that there to show that adjacent locations. So tidal tunnel is first. and then one set aside for Infallible Depths next to Tower Tunnel. So I'm going to go to there, and to get to Infallible Depths location from there to there. Okay, so Infallible Depths, that goes there, face down. So tested, move twice, I'll goes over, draw a card. Should have played a 7 Onyx, doesn't matter, not bad. We can wait, gain a resource, doing the agenda. Agenda's getting quite high now, it's on 3, 6, 7. Ooh, it's getting scary. Counter card is, oh crap, Hunting Deep One. As Hunter, when it's engaged with you, you can enter vehicles to gain resources. When it engages, after it's engages you, if you're not in a vehicle, lose 2 resources. If you're on a vehicle, leave a vehicle. So this has engaged us, we'll put it there. Okay, so it engages us. Can't get resources, Lone Wolf doesn't trigger. Oh, we're going to use Cloak of the Outer Realm. Not only the enemy engages us, we're going to spend a charge and exhaust that enemy instead. So he's up there, exhausted. Yeah, it's got Hunter, so it's getting a bit tricky. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do something really tricky, it's really sneaky here. We're going to return Magnifying Glass to our hand, because it includes there. We're going to play the 45 automatic. Or should I play the blade? Let's use the pistol first, get rid of the ammunition. So we play the pistol with 4 ammunition. Spend 1 ammo. We gain +2 and does 1 damage for attack. So we have a nice value of 5 against 3, should be more than enough. +1. Done 2 damage to it. Let's just fight again. We use it again, eh? Even if we fail, it's dead. It's only got 3 health and it is -2. It failed the damage attack, but it did 1 damage, so that's that gun. Pesky hunter enemies. When I first played this game last week, I got so many enemies out and I just got to struggle for enemies, so get out the boat. So we're onto the boat. We're going to move to this location. Bootlegger's Hideaway. Set aside face down key, place the bootlegger's hideaway without looking at it. Control the black key, again 5 resources once per game. Okay, so face down key, 1 clue on there as well. Let's move to this location. So we have fought twice, moved. We're going to use the fast keyword to play 7 Onyx. Place them out the way, bring in Pendant of the Queen. Finally, Pendant of the Queen is out. So excited. Okay, Pendant of the Queen is bonded. It has 3 charges, no charges, set it aside, and then shuffle the 7 Onyx cards back into the deck. So I can exhaust this card, spend a charge. I can either choose a real location, and then select one, move to that location, shove a cool location, or also evade an enemy at location. So it's going to be really great in this match. Only has 3 charges though, unfortunately. Never mind. Still good though. No more. I've got the fast keyword. I might actually play Magnifying Glass. Just because it's got the fast keyword, doesn't cost anything. Might go over it. No hunt enemies. Draw a card. Easy mark. Easy mark is great if you have more copies of the card in your hand, because you get 2 resources, draw a card, and if you have another copy of the card in your hand, you can play it for free, which is really good. It basically doesn't cost an action. Doing the agenda, 1 more on that agenda flips. Counter card is Aquatic Ambush. Yes, agenda. So we've got 2 copies of these now, so we're going to have more deadly enemies out. This is going to be quite tricky. Okay. Our go. So we're going to investigate this location. So we have a nice 5. I was going to resource. I'm going to commit this to the test just in case, so I can get that. So that's committed to the test. So that's nice 6 -1. Okay. Got the clue. Got the key, and the key is the yellow key. We needed the blue key. Oh, got the blue key. We need the wrong keys. But I'm going to move this location, so this flips over, and we have Temple of the Union. So this is a nice little cave. After it's revealed, put a set aside black key on it. So that's good. We actually only need 1 more key after this. It feels like if there's. It also reads, if we put control both the blue key and the yellow key, spend 3 clues as a group and take control of the black key and read flashback 11 in the campaign guide. Okay, so we need to find more keys quickly. So we actually need the blue key now. So we need the blue key and we need the blue key. We just need a blue key. Get the blue key and we're getting good. Okay. Move back and then move up to here and get the boat. And that's the end of our turn. So we draw a card. Under surveillance. Attach to location. Once per location. Acknowledge the enemy and start attached location as well on surveillance. With the enemy for free and discover a location. If the enemy is not ready, do not keep phase. It's going to be great against certain locations. It costs 3 though, so it's quite tricky to time when I'm going to use that. Agenda flips. I'm pretty sure there's something really irritating and nasty underneath this agenda. And you're going to see that right now, remember correctly. There's going to be one of these. Terror of the Deep. Terror of Devil Reef, sorry. Monster Elite Spawn, fishing vessel location. That's Hunter, Massive and Retaliate. It cannot enter cave locations. When it will be defeated, instead, roll damage from it and exhausted. It can't ready for the end of the round. So fighting this is going to be completely useless. It's not elite, so I can't use the Cloak Altar Realm. That sucks. Okay. Agenda 2 is pretty much the same. That's all well and good. Counter card is Riptide. If location is unflooded against Surge, it isn't flooded against Surge. Undertow. If location is unflooded against Surge. Psychic Pull. You have no cards in your hand against Surge, otherwise discard a random card from your hand and then test X willpower with X expensive cost of the discarded card. If you fail, use an action. So discard a random card from my hand. I'm not going to pass that test 5. I've only got a 3. Okay, let's just see where it goes anyway. I'm not really going to do much for this. I'm going to lose an action basically. So let's see what we get. Also fail anyway. Yep, lose an action. So it can't enter cave locations, but I can just avoid it, I suppose. Let's just evade. We got 4 evade, I think. Yeah, 4 evade's fine. We use under surveillance as a skill test. Give extra evade just in case. Let's evade this thing. +1. Great, that's evaded. And then last we're going to move over to here. I'll go over it, raise up, he's at the hidden cove, put in there, draw a card, breaking and entering. This is a new card from the set. Add your total, evade value to your skill value for investigation. If it's a C by 2 or more, automatically evade an enemy at the location, does not attack, provoke attacks opportunity, it's going to be great for ability. So we're going to resource, doing the agenda, and an encounter card. D1 Assault. Disengage for each D1 enemy at location. Each D1 enemy at location, each character in location engages you. If there are no enemies engage this effect, search the card on the deck and discard pile for D1 enemy. It's probably engage with you and shuffle the card deck. That cannot engage, not kept in location. So I've got to search for D1 enemy and engage with me. That's fun. We'll just have Lurking Deep One as I've got Hunter. So Lurking Deep One. Then we're going to also spend a charge for Cloak Altar Realm to automatically exhaust the enemy instead. Good old Cloak. Cloak is saving my ass this game, so he's there. Margot in a resource because of Lone Wolf. And we're going to move to the top location. Lonely Isle. After its reveal, put 2 random set aside tiles on location to play, each adjacent to Lonely Isle, but not to one another. So I'll put one either side, out there. It's getting quite messy now. This is getting really messy. Tiles on locations, there and there. We're going to get the boat, move to here. Tidal pool, it gets +1 shower, partially flooded, plus shower is fully flooded. After it's revealed, blinding up to choose one of set aside face down keys and place it on tidal pool. But looking at it, this has got to be the last key I need. Has to be the blue key. Come on. Hey, it's finally there. So to investigate here and get out. So I've moved, investigate. Should have enough. Come on. -1, yes. That's that. I've also got quite a few clues, and I've got the blue key. Hey. Just need to find the white key though. Okay, so that's how I go over. He readies up, and he is there. He moves to there. Oops. Draw a card. Break entering again. Gain a resource. Doing the agenda. Counter card. Malfunction. Got a test reading again for the back in the boat. Okay, let's see. The white key is obviously this location. But we need to get down here to get these keys. I'm going to exhaust Pendant of the Queen, choose a real location, and then move to that location. We're going to move to this location down here. That was really good. So I've left a boat up there, boat's lost in limbo. We're also going to, let's see, so we've done one action, we just need to investigate twice. So investigate once, -1, that's one key clue, and again, 0, sweet, another clue, and we have the black key. We're going to spend 3 clues to get the black key. We've got plenty of clues, so 1, 2, 3 clues. And also the flashback 11 in the campaign guide. So flashback 11 reads, you reach an outcrop of rock overlooking the ceremony of sorts. Horrifying fish-like creatures prostrate themselves in front of 2 enormous statues, one of onyx, another of white marble. At the precipice of this ridge sits a golden crown, sporting a shell-like pattern and 3 distinct horns. Whatever this artifact is, it is clearly important to these creatures. Summoning your courage, you snatch the artifact escape while you still can. The relic drums with power in your hands as you flee. So when memories recovered, we have discovered a mystical relic. Take control of the black key, and also the set aside headdress of Yat Nefle story asset. Place a black key on the headdress of Yat Nefle. Okay, that's good. So we have a asset. This is this down here. It's an item relic. You get +1 skill value of escape to flooded location while attacking the remaining enemy at flooded location. That's going to be really good. So we have this down here, put this out the way down there, the black key on that. That's how I'll go over it. So, enemy phase, this guy is going to move over to there, draw a card, run surveillance again, gain a resource, do on the agenda, encounter card, deep one praetor. After it engages you, move on your clues to the operator. It's not going to engage because we're going to spend a charge on should have exhausted that. Close it out to gods and instead exhaust it. So it's exhausted and left there. That card is so good. It's really saving my ass. So it begins, give me a resource. Okay, we can use Pendant of the Queen to sort of fast travel down to the Deep One Grotto. Let's use that. So we're going to use Pendant of the Queen. Choose a location and move to that location. So we're going to use this to zip and fly all the way across to Deep One Grotto. We control the keys, we're going to spend 2 clues and take control of the purple key. And also we get to read flashback 9. Pendant of the Queen is so good, I'm so glad I got it out. So flashback 9 reads, as you wade through the flooded cavern, your foot strikes something hard and metallic. The water is too dark and murky for you to see what lies beneath the surface. Holding your breath, you dive into the water, look around for objects. Eventually, your hands wrap around something smooth and heavy. You drag it to the surface and heave it onto some outcropping of the rock. It's a statue depicting some kind of entity, or perhaps a deity, although it is unlike any religious figure you've ever seen. The size of its uncanny spin tendrils and its soul-glaring eye of translucent crystal makes your skin crawl, and yet it also calls to you like the sound of ocean waves crashing on the shore of a foggy, overcast day. So we've recorded the recovery of a strange idol. So you also get the wave-worn idol story asset and put the key on it. Let's have a look at the wave-worn idol, which is this card here. It's an item relic. After locations for level changes, or after D1 enemy spawns at a location, exhaust wave-worn idol. Immediately take an action as if it was your turn. This is an action that can cause some actions you can take each turn. So if we get a look if the location changes or a deep point enemy engages us, we get to have a free action. It's going to be really good. Put that down there with the purple key on it. Put it down there, so we need one more key, which is going to be over here. Okay, so we spent a charge. We have... That's a free action. We need to move to there. We need to get back in the boat, I think. Back in the boat's the only safe way you can go. We can move and then evade. It's going to suck. I don't know what to do here. I might just wait and then you find out the Queen's last charge to sort of make a run for it. Okay, we're going to do that. So we're going to wait here. We're going to, if we get a free slot, we're going to turn this to our hand. We're going to play the Blade of Arkat. We're going to exhaust it, spend a resource, press resource on Blade of Arkat. So just put that on there. End of our go. So, sorry, enemy phase first, my bad. This guy moves to this location in the centre. So he's near us. Hunter, he raised up, he's just stuck over there. Oh, so much car, so much mess. Got one charge left on Cloak Outer Realm. Draw a card, Hyper Awareness, that would have been great with all the resources I was getting. I still got like 7 resources, still got quite a lot. Doing the agenda, that's on 4, it's not too far off, getting nearly halfway. The counter card, Horrors from the Deep. Test 2 agility, if you fail, take 2 damage. Assess the floor on difficulty location is flooded. It's only partially flooded, so it's test agility of 3. Okay. Is that minus? Oh, -1, yeah, that's fine. Whew. Lucky the chaos bag this time. Turn begins, getting a resource. Lone Wolf is doing the work here. We're going to use the last charge of Pendant of the Queen to move to a revealed location. We're going to move all the way up to here. That's a free action, so that's gone. Shuffle the set aside 7 on its card back into the deck. We're going to really doubtful I'm going to get these back out this game. Should be over soon. I've only got 5 turns left for the agenda advances. We need to test Intellect to get rid of this. We're going to use Under Surveillance for a skill icon. With that, we're going to draw a Chaos token, -1. That's fine. Get rid of this. Get back in the boat. We're just gonna take some hits, I think. We're gonna move down here. These 2 guys engage. We're going to evade the Lurking Deep one. We're going to commit 2 copies of Breaking Entry, just in case. -1 again. Evaded. While it's evaded, I'm going to fire a shot of the automatic gun. Should be more than enough to kill. It's only got a health of 2. -1. That's him gone. So we've got 1 action left. We're going to have to evade the Terror from the Devil Reef, I think, just to sort of survive. Okay, we're going to just evade that guy. We only need... He's got 3 evade, we should be okay. Let's try and evade this guy. Come on. Come on. On the bottom. Oh, auto fail. Okay, there's a free action. I'm just going to spend a resource, put that on there. I'll go over enemy phase. Take some damage. 1 skill for attacking and evading, but it doesn't make a difference. Can attack for 2 damage, 2 sanity. I'm going to put 1 damage and 2 sanity on Agent Dawson. And take 1 myself. Upkeep phase, draw a card, Encyclopedia. That'd been great at the start of the game, never mind. Resource, doing the agenda, counter card, stay away. If no escapes in a vehicle, again Surge, we're not, so Surge, come on, something nice. Shapes in the water. Test willpower 2. If you fail, take 2 horror. It's also on difficulty location is flooded, so it's fully flooded. Yeah, it's fully flooded, so I've got to test 4 willpower against 3. It's going to be tricky. I'm definitely going to fail this. Take 2 horror. Let's get really lucky and get a +2 maybe, or the Allen sign token. If you fail, you can show us a key on it. Take 1 horror. No, we're fine. Take 2 horror. I'm going to put 1 horror on the wave 1 idol, and then take 1 horror anyway. So I've got to evade this stupid Devil Reef. Matter begins, getting a resource. We're going to evade this guy. We're going to commit. No, we're going to leave that. We're going to evade. We're going to just take a risk and hopefully evade. Oh, I'll sign. It's not investigate. No, fine. He's evaded, so we'll just exhaust him. We're going to move to the last Devil Reef location, flip it over. Black Reef. Go to these 2 tile tunnels, get to the last location. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So I've evaded, I've moved. I'm going to move to the central tile tunnel location. Out of the boat, sorry. 2 clues, 4 star value. And it is partially flooded. Sorry, this game's a mess. It's hard of this small table I've got. Whew. Right. He readies. He moves to there. Draw a card. Wow, a skill card. They're quite rare. I haven't got any skill cards so far. I've got so many resources. Doing the agenda. And we're going to encounter card. Undertow, if it's unflooded, it gains surge. Otherwise, put Undertow into play in your threat area. After you move, take 2 damage and 2 horror. Discard Undertow. Or discard a card from your hand and then test 3 combat or agility to fight pull the ties. To see, discard Undertow. Discard a card from my hand. We're going to get rid of flashlight. Test. We'll test agility. Let's get rid of this stupid card. It's a free response, so we're okay. 0, that's fine, that's gone. Right, we're in the home stretch now, so we're going to move up to the last depths location. Okay, Cyclopean Ruins, after it's revealed, was fully flooded. Place set aside white key on it, and if we control both the red key and the yellow key, which we do, spend 2 clues. We've got just enough clues to do this. We can read flashback 10, and we should be okay. So we need to move to here. It becomes fully flooded. We're going to investigate. We're going to play Hyper Awareness. We're going to spend resources, spend 3 resources, plenty for investigation. We're going to commit Magnifying Glass, so there's no, unless we get an autofill token now, we're looking good. 0 again, that's fine. So we've got all of you getting the clue. We'll spend 2 clues to gain the set aside white key and read flashback 10 in the campaign guide. So flashback 10 reads: you swim through an array of vast undersea halls until at last you come to a circle of pillars. Inside a submerged henge stands also covered in ornate cloth. It's embroidered with rich threads of gold and inlaid with cerulean opals. Despite being immersed in water, the fabric appears perfectly preserved. Wondering what such an object is doing deep in this underwater cavern, you decide to take it with you. The moment you emerge from the depths onto dry stone, you realise with amazement that the cloth is perfectly dry. Turning it over in your hands, you find a clasp of gold and realise it is not simply shapeless cloth, but a mantle, perhaps even part of a greater outfit. When you don the strange cloak, its gemstones pulse with arcane power. So we have discovered the awakened mantle story asset to the white key on it, which is this one here. And this one reads: if your location is flooded, exhaust awakened mantle, move to the next location that is also flooded. That would have been great a lot earlier on. We've got all the keys, and I think we've advanced. So this reads: confidence that you found enough evidence of the Order's activities, you head back to the coast. You'd much rather continue investigation on dry land. And I agree, I cannot wait on dry land. Okay, so it's resolution 1. With daylight fading and the tide rising to swallow the various islands off the coast of Innsmouth, you decide to make your way back to the harbour of your discoveries. Find what you're looking for? Mr. Moore asked once you made it to his host safely. Truth be told, I'm completely sure. What you found was startling. The coves and tower caverns of Devil's Reef were homes not just to relics of the historic order of Dagon, but also a horde of strange creatures, hybrids between fish, man, and monster. It might escape of your life, but the horrors you saw in those caves will stay with you forever. Sharp-jagged teeth, blood-stained altars, unholy prayers, and signs of a coming catastrophe. It still haunts you even after you escape. But is Innsmouth truly safe? Is any land at all? In XP, it's the victory's X value in each card victory display. Records experience under unspent experience in the campaign log, but do not spend any of it yet and spend it later on. Find the terror of Devil Reef. It was Agenda 1A when the game ended, but Terror of Devil Reef is in play. Put in your campaign log that Terror of Devil Reef is still alive. If it's a victory display, record in your campaign log Terror of Devil Reef is dead. Not sure how, because you can't quite kill it, I don't think, but okay. Proceed to Interlude 3 beneath the waves. Do not move the purple, black, or white key from their current position just yet. The location of each key, these keys will be important during Interlude 3 beneath the waves. So, beneath the waves reads, you bounce through memories, struggling to return to the present. Remember a dark cell, a knife at your throat, a man with wide, unblinking eyes wearing a long hooded robe. Osiris, no voice calls. These ones were found in Dagon's lair as well. I believe they're the ones snooping around Devil's Reef. Osiris nods. The knife at your throat digs deeper. Take what they have stolen to the lighthouse at once, he commands. It's time to begin our great work. No one will disrupt your business ever again. Your mind slides back to the present. Rumbling of the automobile engine grows as your senses return. Agent Harper grips your shoulder, peers into your eyes. Another vision shows up a hint of surprise. Do you remember something? What was it? You shake the ache from your pounding skull and ask Harper if the name Osiris means anything. Osiris Marsh? It's Keeper Door Lighthouse on Falcon Point, he replies. Why? What did you see? Depending on which keys were on current at or controlled by Investigator when the story of Devil Reef ended, read each section below that apply, and then proceed to the following text. If the purple key was on the current act or controlled by Investigator when the story ended, you described the idol found in an undersea grotto. Agent Harper nods along with you. Remember seeing something like that in some of the notes I found while you were investigating the reef. It depicts some kind of deity along something those vile creatures worship. Her voice lowers a little more than a whisper, something I suspect is no myth. You ask where the idol is now and she shakes her head. I suspect it was taken from you when you were thrown into the pit, she replies. Conspiracy deepens, we get extra 2 XP and add 1 of those symbols to the curse bag. Your campaign log record the idol was brought to the lighthouse. Can't add to the deck, okay. The white key is on the mantle. Yep. You recall the strange mantle you found submerged in the depths of Devil Reef. Yes, remember seeing that, Harper says with a snap of her fingers. One of the priests in the cursed historic order of Dagon wore it when the first arrived in Innsmouth. It must have been taken to the lighthouse the rest of the belongings when you captured it off his headquarters. If you're lucky, it'll still be there. You get 200 extra XP out of the Chaos Token into the Chaos Bag, and we brought the mantle to the lighthouse. It's the black key. Yep, we got the black key. You tell Agent Harper about the temple of the 2 statues you discovered in Devil Reef and about the crown you stole. That sounds like the headdress of Yana Nathli. I read about that while I was researching the order. I'm impressed you're able to make off of it, but whatever it is, it sounds pretty important to the order. Although I still have no clue what Yana Nathli is, you remark that you don't have the crown anymore. She nods. It must have been taken from you and brought to the lighthouse with the rest of your things before you lost memory. 2 XP, 1 of those chaos tokens, and we have the headdress. Okay, so it seems your memory is starting to return, Agent Harper says with a tentative grin. How do you feel? You're sure to find a reply that fits. Part of you is relieved that you have your memories returning, but the rest of you wishes they hadn't been so vivid. You wonder once more if you should simply take this opportunity to drive back to Arkham and never set foot in Innsmouth again. Then your gaze meets Harper's, and you see the fierce resolve in her eyes, the same resolve that stirs in you. You say nothing, but she seems to understand. This must be a lot to take in. For now, let's focus on getting to Falcon Point. If what you say is true, and Osiris is part of the historic order of Dagon, there should be answers there. She looks over her shoulder, peering into the western horizon. The sun dips below the tree line, bathing the ski in steep scarlet. Something tells me this isn't over. Return Thomas Dawson to the collection. The investigator had earned Elena Harper at any point, added back to the deck. Fragmented memories return to you as events have become clearer. Each investigator might now spend the experience recording and spend experience in the campaign log, and that's it. Next scenario is horror and high gear. So that's it. This big long mission. That was a big mess. Really had fun there. So happy to get Pennant the Queen out. That was great. It's been a really fun campaign so far. I'm really enjoying the keys, the funny mechanics, the vehicles, the weird deep one aquatic enemies. As before, I always say, Any suggestions for videos, leave in the comments. Want to see more Arkham Horror, Lord of the Rings, or Champions, or any board game or card game or anything, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to take into account. If you leave a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that, and thanks for watching.